Good afternoon, my children, wherever you are. I want to tell you that we love you so much, and I want to thank God for this arrangement that once again we are able to meet here and have our lessons, presented to you. As usual, I'm Tenua Sanon, your teacher, social studies, Bright Parents, Junior School, Mbale. I want to thank God that once again we are together. We last met, or by the time we broke off, we are concluding our topic of pre-independence period. We discussed a lot, and I gave you some assignment, which I'm very sure you've used that period that you had to finish. And I don't want to waste so much time there. I just want to introduce to you another bit of our topic, which is the second, if not the third last topic, about post-independence Africa. Like we saw it in the pre-independence period, post-independence period is measured about consolidating what the African leaders had done. African countries had acquired independence, but then they get to a point where they realize that they have to work together to consolidate their gains, because it was possible that their colonial masters could come back again and recolonize them. Therefore, they felt it was important for them to come together and work together, and realize that they did a lot as far as coming up with organizations like OAU is concerned, to ensure that they protect their autonomy. But I don't want us to discuss it or to get to know it from, continental level. I want us to know that the issue of cooperation or independence organization, it is right from down where we are, in our homes, in schools where we learn from, wherever we are, in our villages, towns, divisions, wherever you are. People are always working together to achieve their objectives, to solve their problems. So this is what post-independence Africa is all about. We are looking at ourselves after independence. Those people were there, they did it, but there are people that came in to continue, and we're also here to continue. So we need to know that we're in a period where independence has been achieved, but then it is important for us to work together to consolidate their gains. I would want to demonstrate this issue of post-independence Africa, and especially the aspect of organization working together using a circular illustration. So that is our topic that we are supposed to share or begin talking about: post-independence Africa, a period after independence. And we realize that here is where Africans now realize the need not to work in isolation, but to work together to achieve or to consolidate or to keep or to continue what they had achieved. I want to demonstrate something here using a circular form. Perhaps you'll understand me better. I will use a key to interpret it for you. Okay, down here. We shall look at it as a lock label, where most of us are. We have the next B of it, B. We can look at that as a national level. National level. And have this next. On national level, we have regional level. Then we can have D. From regional level, we can go to continental level. And C, A, B, C, D, E, we can have at the local level. Global level. I want us to discuss our post-independence Africa, or this period right after independence, from this angle. Local level, I want you to look at schools where you are learning from, look at the homes. I want us to look at it from this angle. Local level, part A stands for the local areas where we are staying, where we are living. You realize when we are here, we have people that we are living with. And this area also has issues, society issues, that need the people within this area to cooperate and work together. That's why when you go to villages where we are, or areas where we are living, you'll find that people have associations for things like barrier arrangements, whereby members in the society can contribute money, can contribute food, to send off a member that has perhaps died. That is an example of an association or an organization where people have to work together to solve such a problem. Look at classes where we are always, with your teachers or with us, your teachers. It is possible that when you come to school, you don't have everything, but your neighbor can have it. So by consulting your neighbor to help you out, it is also a signal, a need, or rather an issue that requires you to cooperate. Look at national level now. Let's move away from now the local areas where we are. Go to national level, country level, like Uganda. For instance, we have the COVID issue that is going on. Our president gave us directives. But then those directives would not work out without us as citizens of Uganda adhering, listening, and implementing to those directives given to us. So at national level, there are things that are done at national level to solve problems at that national level. And it requires we as people in that country to cooperate, to work together. That's why we even have a task force as a sort of organization to lead us in this struggle. Look at regional level. I'll bring you now to, I'll give you an example of the East African community. There are issues at regional level that will require countries to cooperate to have those issues solved. For instance, I will still refer to the issue of COVID that we have. Uganda, for instance, we've been blessed in such a way that we've not had internal cases of COVID, but most of the cases we've registered are from outsiders, and major from our neighbors, Kenya, truck drivers, as you all know. So you realize that it has required heads of state at regional level to come and work together to solve this problem. So we cannot deny this, that at all walks of life, at all levels where we are, there are issues that requires us to cooperate if at all we are to overcome them. Let's go to continental level now, Africa. Africa as a continent, we have challenges, like even other continents. There are challenges, there are problems, but we cannot solve them as a country, as an individual country. We need, for instance, if we are in East Africa, we need those in West Africa. We need those in Southern Africa. In East Africa, we need to cooperate with those in other regions to be able to solve such continental problems. For instance, if there is a war that has broken out, it would require all countries to be involved. I would give you an example of Somalia. It has taken member countries like Uganda and the rest to come together to have Somalia stabilized. It is a continental problem. And it's one of the reasons why Africans, after independence, needed that, to come together so that they can have continental issues solved or tackled as a continent. Hope you're following me. Then when we talk of global level, we are meaning the world at large. That's why Uganda and many other African countries, they are part of such international organizations like the UN, the European Union. Why? There are issues where we need a global voice, where leaders all over the world need to meet and solve. Still, I would refer to the COVID issue. It began from China, but it required the World Health Organization to come in and alert the whole world, especially to member countries, to get prepared to solve such a pandemic. So at all levels, we have issues. We've not yet solved our issues as Africa, solved our issues at local level where we are living, solved our issues at national level, but it requires cooperation, not work in isolation. Even in our homes, we need to cooperate with our parents, we need to cooperate with our brothers and sisters to have issues resolved. And that's where development will come from. So I want us to view or understand post-independence Africa from this angle. Start from where you are, where you're living, at home. Which issues are there that requires you to cooperate? Go to national level, which issues are there at national level that requires us to cooperate with national leaders? Regional level, which issues are there that requires us, Uganda, Kenya, and the rest, to cooperate to solve? Continental level as Africa and global level. By the end of this lesson, I want you to appreciate the fact that organization is very important. Association is very important. From here, I would want us to look at some of the steps African leaders by then took to see that our continental problems are solved. And we shall break it down to go up to regional level, up to national and local levels. But here, I don't want to bombard you with a lot of work for today. I would want to share with you, to give you a few highlights on the importance of associations. Because I know once you understand this, then the rest will be a walkover. The importance of organizations. I know in our communities we have organizations. I don't want us to first of all talk of OAU that is so complex, so big for you. I would want us to begin with something small that possibly we understand better. Talk of the circles. I know some of you children have small circles where you contribute money, maybe 100 shilling, 500. You come together, contribute. Maybe you save. There are savings group, there are burial groups, funeral groups, kind of. So many groups. They are all intended to solve problems. So what is the importance of these organizations in our societies? I want us to look at it from that angle. How are they important? So next, I would want us to look at the importance of organizations to associations in our communities, in our country at national level, regional level, and continental and global level. From here, I would want you to appreciate the importance of belonging to an organization or an association. And if you've not, you are not belonging to one, it is time that you choose one. Or you organize people around you and form one. Importance number one. How are these associations, organizations important? They help us to attend to challenges of society as a united force. That's point number one. Help us to attend to challenges of society as a united force. There's a saying that agali awamu gegalu menyama. When two, and we also have it, the English slogan, that two heads are better than one. Where two people come together, it is possible that they'll do exploits, they'll do a lot. And if you're one, it is possible that, things may not go well with you. Even the Bible tells us, if one falls, the other one standing can raise up the other. So when we are together as an organization or an association, we're able to identify our challenges that we are facing. And as we identify them, we can unite and overcome them. We can find solutions when we are together, other than when you're one. So that is importance number one. And I want you, my children, to appreciate it and belong to an organization or an association. And if possible, you can form one. You can organize people. Point number two, help us to promote development by working together. By working together as people of the same society. Development cannot come when it is only one person involved. Actually, if you have a development idea and you have no people to appreciate it, it is possible that it cannot go far. Just imagine a school where you're studying from. If bright parents, for instance, the founder of this school had an idea and there were no parents to bring in children, there were no teachers to come, cooks and the rest, it is possible that the school would not stand. So it is an example of an association, an organization where we have children involved, where we have parents, where we have teachers, directors, even the national government being involved because it has to issue a license to a school like this to operate. And in the long run or in the short run, you realize that development will be registered. We cannot talk of development without education. And therefore, we cannot talk of development where people are not a united force. Even in class, you want to perform well, you need to cooperate with teachers, you need to cooperate with your pupils to do well. Why? Where you feel you can't do well, they can come in and help you. That is point number two, the importance of associations. You want to develop, there are people with greater ideas that you need to seek out to and partner with them. Point next, the third point, associations, organizations help us to access goods or other resources that a member could be lacking in the society. What you cannot have or what you don't have in your house, it is possible that your neighbor has it. But it is possible that you won't access it if you are at war with your neighbor. That's why it is palatable, it's important, it's good that you are at peace with your neighbors. You are in good terms with your neighbors. Why? When you have issues, they will come in. Just look at the scenario if thieves attack you and you make an alarm and your neighbors in the next door do not respond. It is a sign that you are not in good terms with them. So being in good terms with others means when challenges arise, they are able to team up with you to overcome such challenges. So we are saying there are resources, food. Nowadays, we are in COVID. Some of us, we don't have gardens, but we have people giving us food. Our parents in villages, our friends, where they are doing whatever it takes to feed us. Those are resources. You can have there's a lot that will require us to cooperate with the neighbors. Resources, goods. You need to take that seriously. The last point, I know there could be so many other points that if we were together here, you would raise. But I would request that you can add more points and we share them. We can share. You can share with me online many of your other points you have as to how important organizations or associations are. But I want to give you the last point. Here I'm giving the most important points. It helps us to have harmonious living with one another. When I talk of harmonious living, I'm meaning peace. Peace is very important if we are to develop, if we are to move from one level to the next. You cannot develop, you cannot do well, you cannot have good health in a place where you are being tormented, where you are being abused psychologically, emotionally, even physically. So that's why we need to cooperate, we need to associate with the people, we need to belong to an organization in simple terms. So we are saying it helps us to have harmonious living, peace with one another. Yes, helps us to have harmonious living, peace with one another. So I want us to appreciate the importance of association and the importance of organizations. Say that when we get to the level of now, looking at big organizations like OAU, you now appreciate why Uganda, for instance, our first forefather like Milton Obote, chose to be part of this organization, which is the current AU. Why is Uganda part of AU, African Union? Why is Uganda part of the United Nations? Why is Africa, cooperating with the European Union, yet it is for the Europeans? Why are we cooperating with the Arab world through the Arab League? If you appreciate these points, then it is very possible that you appreciate our association. Those are organizations as a country, Uganda. So for now, point number one, importance of associations, organizations. I don't want us to look at it from that bigger angle. Start from the local level. Which associations are there? Are there barrier associations? Are there saving associations? Belong to them. Because once you belong to them, such points will definitely happen. National level, we need to cooperate with our national country, our national government, to ensure that such things happen. Regional level, we need to cooperate as a country, Uganda, with our neighbors. Continental level, we need other countries in other regions, Southern Africa. Global level, Africa needs Europe, Africa needs Asia, Africa needs China. We get. So point number one, importance of organizational associations helps us to attend to challenges of society as a naked force. COVID-19 required cooperation of all countries of the world. Helps us to promote development, by us working together as people of the same society. Helps us to access resources or goods that one could be lacking in society. And finally, helps us to have harmonious living or peace with one another. I want you to appreciate those points, and I want to implore you to add more points as well. But before I leave the floor, I want us to get to another level that was at local and national level. I want us somehow to go now to continental level, where we now I want us to look at organizations that were formed by African countries by then and that are still existing, major to tackle the challenges that as a continent or at national level we are facing. I will not go deep into this, but when I happen to come back again, I would want us to look at the background of the formation of the OAU. OAU, I know you have some hints about it, which is the predecessor of AU. It gave birth to AU, the African Union, the current organization. I want to leave you with some statistics. One, I've already given out the first question. Besides my points here, I want to come up with some 2 or 3 points. Why would you belong to an association? Give any 2 reasons why it's important for you as a child to belong to an association. It can be in a class. Why do you need a group discussion? It can be in the village. Why do you need other children at the neighborhood? I want you to give me some 2 or 3 points and share with me. And then the other 2, the second question I would want to leave you with, I want you to know that at the time OAU was formed, there were 2 blocks that had differing ideas on how they should solve Africa's issues or continental problems. We had the Casablanca group and we had the Monrovia group. In the Casablanca group, I would want you to list some 3 countries that belong to the Casablanca group. And Monrovia group, I would also want to list some 2 or 3 countries that belonged to the Monrovia group. If you do that work, believe me, it will go well with you. I don't want these things to appear so abstract. These are things that are with you there, and I know you can do them well. So I want you to do those 2 questions. The second one is 2 in 1, and I know you can do it. Just go on your Google, do that work. Believe me, you'll enjoy it, because you need to know how Africa has been evolving up to where we are. I think we've had a good time. This is the beginning of everything. It is our first lesson in social studies, and I want to encourage you to keep attending these lessons. Give in your time, buy data, encourage your parents to buy data for you, OMBs rather, and attend these lessons. Don't go into other things, but show them that you're interested in this work. We are here for you. If you have a question, raise it. There are numbers on the screen. Raise them, call us. We are ready to help you. With those few remarks, I don't know whether they are few, I want to wish you the best of the day. May the good Lord preserve you until we meet again. Thank you.